Kwa majina anaitwa Kenneth Odhiambo. Mimi ni mhandisi wa stima na niko hapa Kisii kufunza watu kuhusu maneno kadha wa kadha kuhusiana na usalama wa information systems protection. So the training is on information control systems, and that's why we're in Kisii, to enlighten people on the same. But within that, we also brought an innovation by one of our technicians, and we're just from presenting it to the members. It's an engine that we modified to use less fuel, to give you more kilometers on less fuel. Yes, so fuel costs are going higher by the day, and not only in our country but worldwide. So by building these cars to run leaner, we are making it cheaper for an everyday Kenyan to be able to traverse the country for different kinds of businesses Kenyans execute in the country. So that's the main reason why. And once you make your money, you don't want it to be stolen. You don't want to be defrauded by frauds. And that's why we are also in the training to try and explain how you can be defrauded and how to protect yourself against that. You should expect more. This is just one of 3 cars we've so far modified. We are going into bigger cars. Okay, so you should expect to see more innovations. Currently, this is one of the 3 cars we've modified. This is a Mercedes M102. We've modified a Peugeot 505 station wagon engine, and another Mercedes, an M190, to run leaner. So this morning we drove this car from Nairobi, and normally it will consume about a liter every 8 kilometers, but we've managed to consume a liter every 14.3 kilometers, which is more than 6 kilometers more on a liter. That makes it almost twice as cheap to run, and it's a big engine. It's a 2000cc engine, and it's running as lean as a 1300cc engine. So I believe we can see the economics in that, and yes, we will make a lot more of these advances. Apart from cars, we are also engaging in other things. So information systems. For example, we intend to start extracting information for these cars. Why will we do that? We want to ensure that they are running lean, and if they are not, we understand why, and we find fixes to those problems. We can collect information from many other systems, existing and non-existing systems. So with information, you got power to make better policies, power to adjust your environment, to better understand your environment, so that you have ways of saving it, if I may.
Today's this season's topic is industrial control systems for safety and enhanced productivity. Is very, very relevant to our members, because our members come from across all the fields of engineering technology: electrical, electronics, mechanical, civil, and the wider engineering technology sectors. So we realize that almost all the fields use industrial systems. They use IT systems. So its safety and how it impacts productivity in our farms and in our various operations wherever we work is essential. So that's basically why we had this workshop, and it's doing well. We have several innovations so far from our members. One of them is what's behind me here, the Mercedes-Benz, and there are many more others to come today in the afternoon, tomorrow, and on Friday. This machine, the Mercedes-Benz, there is an innovator who has converted the engine ignition system from the carburetor best, and he has replaced it with an engine control unit. In short, we call ECU, which is highly modern and which has really improved the fuel consumption and also has enhanced the speed and the power of the engine. Of course, without compromising the power and the speed of the vehicle. So we have moved it from the analog system of from the carburetor to a modernized control system.
My name is Alice Mutai. I am the CEO Registrar of the Kenya Engineering Technology Registration Board. I'm also the Honorable Secretary to the Institution of Engineering Technologists and Technicians of Kenya. Those are the two bodies that have organized today's event, where we bring together engineering technologists and technicians to share on the new technologies. They learn from others and see how to chart for the next generation. So it is mainly, the event is talking about cyber crimes and cyber security. Now we are all digital, and in the digital space or the cyber space, there is a lot of insecurity. So we thought it is important that we are updated, we are informed, and we see how we can protect our companies, our organizations, ourselves against any attacks. Thank you. I would also want to say that the Kenya Engineering Technology Registration Board is the regulator that was established by government under the Engineering Technology Act of 2016. And it came into being because the engineering technologists and engineering technicians had no regulator. And yet in the engineering profession, we have quite a number of cadres. I'll actually mention 5. We have the engineer, we have the engineering technologist, we have the engineering technician, we have the engineering craft person, and we have the engineering artisan. So prior to the 2016, there was an act called the Engineers Act of 2011. And as the name states, the Engineers Act. So it was only regulating the engineer. Yet now when the government looked at the way they would want to take the country, it was realized that there were other cadres within the engineering profession who are not being regulated. So now it's created the Engineering Technology Registration Board, which now regulates 4 cadres: the engineering technologists, engineering technicians, the craft person, and the artisans. And the other one was left intact just to take care of the engineer. So far we have had that, and it is continuing with registration and licensing of these engineering technicians and engineering technologists. And it is worth knowing that engineering technologists are trained to the level of degree. So you become a technologist when you have a degree. You have a technologist if you have a higher national diploma.